Hey, sis. If you've ever wondered why you're still single after all this time, this episode is going to give you the answer. Because the truth is, it's not that you're not beautiful enough. It's not that you're not spiritual enough. It's not that God has forgotten you. And it's not that godly, high value single men don't exist anymore. It's that no one has ever told you the 4 truths that will get you married faster. These are the same truths that shifted everything for my clients, the women who went from endless swiping to wedding gowns, who went from frustration to being pursued by godly men ready to commit. And by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly why you've been stuck and what has to shift. And if you take these 4 truths seriously, they won't just change your dating life. They'll change the legacy of love you leave behind. Now, let me tell you something no one else has the courage to say. Every day you delay love, you're paying interest on someone else's lie. The lie that you should just wait, that it'll just happen, that God will do it all without your participation. But here's the truth, and hear me when I say this. You are called, we are called to co-labor with God for every desire we have in life. And delay has a cost. It costs you joy, your marriage, the wealth, creativity, kingdom purpose that could be yours if you had the right partner. And sis, you don't have to pay that single tax anymore. So let's dive in the 4 truths that will get you married faster. Truth number 1. If you could do this alone, you would have done it by now. It may be hard to hear, but sis, if you had have figured this out by yourself, you would have. This isn't just a knowledge problem. You don't need one more tip from YouTube. This isn't just about strategy either. It's about support, feedback, accountability, mentorship, because you weren't meant to figure this out alone. Books, YouTube videos, even podcasts, they don't know you, your unique personality, your strengths, or your fears. They're written for the masses, not for your specific situation. And that is why they can feel inspiring in the moment, but they don't create real change. And let's be honest. We know your current strategy isn't working because you don't have the results you want. Remember the definition of insanity: doing the same thing, expecting a different result? Results are the report card of strategy. Ruth didn't wander into Boaz's field by coincidence. She had Naomi guiding her. Esther didn't approach the king blindly. She had Mordecai giving her wisdom. The Bible is full of women who stepped into their destiny because they had mentorship. But so many of you are trying to white knuckle this journey. You pray, you wait, you swipe, you try a little harder, you burn out. Sis, let me ask you, who's mentoring you? Who's guiding you? Who's helping you? Course correct when you fall into old patterns or get stuck. Wouldn't you love to have an expert brain on your love life? Mentorship doesn't make you weak, it makes you wise. The smartest, most powerful women on earth, whether in business and ministry or in love, seek counsel. Proverbs says there is safety in the multitude of counselors. And I think of my client, Jordan, here. She's talented. She's so beautiful, beautiful young woman. But she knew she wasn't doing what was working. And she said, I immediately put the skills you taught into action. And it wasn't long before I met this handsome, godly man on a dating app. And now we're getting married. And she said it as though she was screaming, now we're getting married. That's what she said when she was engaged. But now she is happily married and loving the life that God has given her. Jordan had to learn skills. She didn't keep hitting her head against the wall, trying to figure it out alone. She leaned into mentorship, and her whole story shifted. And you deserve that too. You wouldn't go into a Navy SEAL mission just by reading a how-to book. And it's the same here. Love is too important to leave up to trial and error. Get a strategy that works. And if your strategy isn't working, we know we have to do something different. Truth two, you're standing at a crossroads. Right now, you have a choice. One path is the hell version of your story. It looks like another year or 2 or 5 or 10 of endless swiping, dead end talking stages, dating purgatory, and low effort men who don't reflect your value or deserve your heart. It's sitting in church Sunday after Sunday alone, going home for Thanksgiving and Christmas without a partner while your cousins bring home their fiancés. It's going out for the evening with friends and having a good time, but crying in the shower afterward because this isn't how you thought your life would be. Sis, these examples, they're not just theory. They're mine, my memories when I was single, and I bet they're yours too. Proverbs says, hope deferred makes the heart sick. And let's be honest, this path is exhausting. It drains your faith. It makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder if maybe marriage just isn't for you. But remember what I said, truth two, you're at a crossroads. And there's another path, the heaven version of your story. It looks like women I've coached who went from discouraged and overlooked to engaged in 6 months. It looks like my current client who just started a relationship with the most wonderful guy after only 14 weeks of coaching, who looked at me and said, he treats me so well. And I just love him. It looks like the countless testimonies you've heard me share, women who stopped wasting their time, who got clear on what they wanted, who learned how to flirt with confidence, who attracted godly men ready to commit. They weren't desperate. They were just done wasting time. They were done paying the single tax. They were ready for results. They were ready to stop pouring energy into everyone else's needs and finally choose themselves. Why is it okay to invest in everybody else but not ourselves? Delay costs more than you think. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to hope. That's why the smartest move you can make is to decide a different path before another year slips by. This is the moment of decision, not tomorrow, not someday, today. Joshua told the people of Israel, choose you this day whom you will serve. And I believe God is saying the same to you. Choose today whether you'll keep circling the wilderness or whether you'll step into the promised land of your love life. The crossroads is here. Which way will you go? Truth 3. Smart, powerful women invest in strategy. Here's what I know about you. You're not lazy. You're not clueless. You're not hopeless. You're smart, you're capable, you're successful in your career. You invest in your education, you invest in your health, you invest in your business. But when it comes to love, too many women rely on hope and chance. Smart, powerful women don't wait for results. They invest in strategy, not someday, now. You've already tried the free stuff. You've read the blogs, scrolled the Instagram tips, listened to the generic advice meant for the masses, and maybe you've gotten little nuggets of insight, but it hasn't changed your love life. Why? Because free advice isn't customized to you. It doesn't know your story or your needs. And here's something most people don't realize. Nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to make, for instance, dating apps work. There are skills you must learn for dating apps to be effective. In fact, one of the newest Christian dating apps on the market actually hired me as their dating coach expert for their users. Why? Because it's not enough to just download an app and start swiping. They know people need help to do it well. They saw the need and they chose me to fill it. Sis, if entire companies know this process is too hard to figure out alone, what makes you think that you should? I want you to consider something for a second. Maybe there's more skill involved in using a dating app and dating itself than people let on. It's not just for dating apps, it's for every aspect of finding the love of your life. That's why the smartest women hire experts, career experts, fitness experts, business mentors, and yes, a Christian love expert who understands faith, marriage, and the unique dynamics of modern dating. And let me tell you, when you invest in your heart, it's never wasted. The Bible says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. If everything flows from your heart, then this is the wisest place you could ever invest. That's why my clients move so fast. They stop trying to DIY love and they choose proven strategy. And when you do that, the results come quickly. Truth number 4, you're right on time. Here's the last truth I want to leave with you. You're not behind, you're not late, and you're not disqualified. You are right on time. Maybe you've been carrying shame about how long this is taking. Maybe you've believed the lie that marriage should have happened already. And because it hasn't, you've missed your chance. But let me reassure you, God doesn't work on human timelines. Abraham and Sarah had Isaac in their old age. Ruth thought her story was over until she found herself in Boaz's field. Elizabeth bore John the Baptist long after anyone thought her womb could. So hear me, you are not too late. I want to bring it closer to home and tell you about Jenny. Jenny came to me in her 60s, and she still found love and marriage. On the other end of the spectrum, I coached one woman who found an incredible godly man and started a committed relationship who is only 20. Another client is almost 40. She got married and just had a baby. Do you see the point? It's not too late for anyone. You are not too late. You are right on time, and you're not alone anymore. This is your opportunity to walk into mentorship, to choose the heaven version of your story, to invest in a proven strategy that works, and to step fully into God's timing. So let these truths settle in your heart. Truth number one, if you could have done it alone, it would have happened by now. Truth number two, you have a choice. You're standing at a crossroads. Truth number three, smart women invest in strategy. And truth number four, you're right on time. If you're still wondering if this is your moment, just show up. Take the next step. Sis, these aren't just nice words. These four truths are your roadmap out of delay, your roadmap to getting married faster. And if you're listening to this and something in your spirit is saying, this is me, I've been stuck, I need help, I want to change this now, then I need you to hear me clearly. Your next step isn't another podcast. It isn't another freebie. It's booking a call with me. Why? Because you're ready for a proven strategy, because you know your heart is worth prioritizing, because you want to stop circling the wilderness and step into your promised land. That's what I do with my clients. That's why there are women who work with me that meet their husbands in 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, and yes, one of them in less than 3 weeks. Because once you choose mentorship, immediately you go through a shift. And once we start coaching, that shift galvanizes into transformation. I think of one of my clients who's now married who said, I found my God-given person plucked just for me, all because you said have fun. I legit love and am thankful for you. Wouldn't you like to have fun again on this journey, sis? And there's another client. She wasn't just engaged, she was married 2 months after we started. She showed up, she did the work, she followed me like Ruth followed Naomi, and God moved. And then there are so many who came to me saying, Michelle, there are no good men left, only to find the very man they didn't think existed, meeting, dating, and marrying him in less than a year. Women like Lena, Lauren, Tina, Sophia, Anjali, and so many others, they once stood exactly where you stand today, but they're married now. And the only difference, they said yes to transformation, mentorship, and coaching. So I want you, as your next step, to go to my website, thechristiandatingcoach.com/apply, and book a call. Don't put it off. Today is the day. I can't wait to meet you. And remember, these four truths will get you married faster, but only if you take them to heart and act on them. Let's get you married, sis.